Hello and welcome to another update on the Newberg real estate market. I'm Steve Thoele. I'm a principal broker with Premier Property Group. And this update is going to cover the last 8 weeks of market activity ending this past Sunday, January 14th. So going to share my screen with you now here and go through the info with you. First off, we'll look at active listing activity. So as of the time I put this together, we had about 7 homes come on the market last week in Newberg. That was down from the week prior where we had 13 to start the year. So it's been certainly kind of busier the past couple of weeks than it certainly was, over the prior 6 weeks, which again, not a surprise getting past the holidays. In terms of total listings, you can kind of see we had a high of 82 kind of in the beginning of the period here, got down to a low of 66. We got towards the end of the year over the holiday period, and it has kind of risen again, which you certainly would expect. We're back up to about 78 homes are on the market as of this last Sunday. Median price and days on market for the active listings, that has been on the rise in terms of the price here. You can kind of see we had a low of 502,000 to begin with, and it's been sitting right around 540 this past month now, hitting a high of 543 this last week. And then days on market, you can kind of see that had been risen quite a ways. It was a low of 50, got clear up to 81 days of average market time, again, right around the end of the year. And that has fallen back as some of these new listings have come on, to kind of bring this number back down. So we're back down to about 65 days of average market time for these most recent 78 homes on the market in Newberg. Okay, moving along to pending sales. So I showed last week we had only one new pending in Newberg last week. And that is down from week prior where we had 3. So it's been a pretty quiet few weeks here to begin the year in terms of pending listings. You can kind of see the total number of pendings here in red. Had a high of 33 early in the period and was fairly steady, and then it has fallen off over these past couple of weeks. So we're down to 21 pending listings right now in Newberg. So again, pretty slow start in terms of getting homes in contract. The median price and days on market for those pendings, you can see where that's tracked. We had a high of 513. That got clear down to 440 right at the end of the year. It has rebounded up from that point where most recent reading is 492,000. And the days on market, you can see we had a high of 60, and it was right around 60 for about a month, and then it dropped down to closer to, right at 35 days for about 3 weeks. And this past week did pop up closer to where it was before, around 55 days of average market time for, again, these 21 homes that are currently pending right now in Newberg. And then lastly, we'll look at the sold listing activity. So as of the time I put the info together, I showed we had 4 properties cross over from pending to sold last week in Newberg. That's down a couple from the week prior where we had 6. And then when I look back over the prior 4 weeks of closings on a week-by-week basis here, you can kind of see we had a high of 27 closings to begin with, and it was, kind of in the low to mid 20s, and then it has kind of slid back over the past 3 weeks. We're at 19 closings over the past couple weeks. So again, just kind of pointing to kind of a little bit lower sales activity over the past month or so. The median sold price, days on market for the solds, you can see it's been kind of a little bit up and down on both measures. Started at 469, got up to a high of 489 on a couple occasions, and this last week kind of came in at 485,000, so kind of closer towards the top of the range. And then the days on market, you can kind of see we had a low of 38, high of 67 more recently, and this last week did come down to 57 days of average market time for these most recent 19 sales that have occurred in Newberg. And then the last little piece of data here we'll look at is the weeks of inventory and the sale price as a percent of the original list price. The red bar is that weeks of inventory, which is that measurement of kind of relative supply and demand in the market. And you can kind of see where it's been. It's been a little up and down. Started about 12 weeks, and built up, and then it fell back to about 10 weeks, and then we've been kind of building back up again. So last few weeks we kind of hit some high marks here over the past 2 months at least. A little over 16 weeks of inventory, which again over a little over 4 months of inventory. So certainly kind of a slower market right now in Newberg compared to where it was here earlier in the period. The sale price as a percent of the original list price, that has gained some strength over the past couple of months. You can kind of see we had a low of about 91% of sale price to list price ratio. That has increased up to a high of 97 2 weeks ago. It did fall back a bit this last week tonight, closer to 96. So about, 3 to 4% discount is what most recent reading of kind of what sellers have been getting, kind of pricing power look right there. So that's kind of what's happening in the Newberg market. And then kind of introduced this on my last video, which is looking at mortgage rates, what's happening there. This is again a screenshot of a service called Mortgage News Daily. They do a daily interest rate survey, mortgage rate survey. And you can kind of see, we had this big drop over the, latter part of the last year, and it's been kind of moving kind of sideways or up a little bit since the beginning of the year. As of last Friday, we were about 6.6, 6.65. Rates are up this again today as I'm recording this on Tuesday. So, we'll see where rates kind of flesh out. I'm guessing they're going to be, I'm going to say 6.75 or so for a 30-year fixed rate loan to a prime borrower. So interest rates are probably going to remain a little volatile as we're trying to get direction on what the Fed's going to do with rate cuts and geopolitical issues going on. So hard to really tell. A lot of factors in that, but we will keep an eye on it. So anyway, that is the update for now. So as always, hope that was helpful. If I can answer questions or be of any help, please don't hesitate to reach out. My phone number or email address are down below the videos, and always available to answer questions or chat about your situation. So let me know what I can do. And always appreciate any likes, comments, shares of these videos. Let me know if you're finding value in them. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you leave. It's a great way for you to stay up to date on what's happening in your local market. So hope you have a great day and week ahead. Stay safe out there as we kind of get through hopefully the last little stage of our Arctic blast here over the last weekend and today with possibly some ice coming. So anyway, I will see you on the next update.